I'm only taking one step at a time towards healing myself. I had to get out, I found a way out. No more living in pain or misery. It's all about protecting my energy. Keep the negative away from me, because I am just keeping my peace. Cut off everything that no longer was serving me, and I chose to start loving myself. I walk in my purpose, no looking back, I'm only going with it. B.O. standing there, a better version of me. I must say that I'm proud of me. It's not about how you feel, I'm living proof that God is real. So let me show you how to heal. Damn it, I'm wearing it well, cause I came a long way. My journey isn't yet complete, that's what it look like to heal. Damn it, I'm wearing it well, I'm proud of myself. It's nothing to it, you can do it, all you gotta do is just fight through it. Creative soul, creative soul, creative soul. Just fight through it. Creative soul, creative soul, creative soul, creative soul, yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Pain to Purpose podcast, where we have open discussions to heal together as a community. Today, we're on episode 55, and the episode is Mic'd Up and Unfiltered with Mrs. Netra. She is a comedian, an activist, and a social media influencer. Welcome, Mrs. Netra.
Hi!
How are you?
Good.
I'm so glad to have you, and thank you for giving us a yes to interview you. I'm so excited to get in all the wonderful things that you do. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get right on into it.
Okay.
All right. So I know that you work with the mayor. Can you tell us how you got into that?
I've been knowing Mitchell Jordan. I've been knowing Mitchell Jordan for several years, for at least 20, I'm going to say. And so I watched him from being a mail carrier. He and my husband are friends. And so to have a Black man run for mayor and it be somebody that you're already acquainted with, I just wanted to be a support. I wanted to see him make mayor. Something positive. He has been a positive person since I've known him. He's owned nightclubs here. He's done different things in the community. So I was just anxious to, and I know you're not supposed to be anxious for anything, but I was very anxious to see him make mayor. So I wanted to jump on the bandwagon and be a supporter.
Okay. Is that when you started being an activist shortly after that?
No, I was already an activist in the town. I just kind of got involved because of my platform on Facebook. I would just get on Facebook and talk about different things in the news, in the media that was corrupt, and people didn't bring attention to it. So I would just go on my platform and just bring attention to some of the bad things that were happening in the community. And by me doing that, it opened up a different avenue for me. So people just started utilizing my voice. And so it was like I had one of the loudest voices in town, and people just started coming to me. So I kind of turned into an activist by default.
Okay. So can you discuss a challenge that you've had while being an activist and how you overcame it?
One of the biggest challenges was my own son, because I was already knee deep in it. Like I helped ex-mayor who had been SA come out and tell her story. So my son, my oldest son, was kind of getting in trouble in and out with the town. So I'm speaking on all this corruption and also having a son that's not balancing well with what I'm, speaking. So once he got in the system and I was out here knee deep, especially helping a mayor and a detective came forward and said that the system was corrupt, that they would set up the people here. So I started advocating for people to pay attention to the people that were being arrested, their family members. And once I did that, like I was knee deep. I was knee deep in it. And so I didn't stop because I had a challenge, which was my son being locked up and facing time. So it was either when you're in it, you're in it, no matter the circumstance. And so that was one of my biggest challenges is was I still going to continue to be a voice for this community while facing the same corrupt that I was screaming about.
So do you feel like a lot of people judged you because of your son's situation?
Mm-mm. I received a lot of support
That's
um,
good.
when my son was treated wrong. A lot of people in this town really, really like me. The most hate that I have felt is from the app TikTok, but I'm very popular in my community. So I had a lot of support. I had a lot of people come out, and people started coming out and telling their stories. People would hit me up and they would come out with all these different stories. So the town is known for corruption. So what I saw is more support than anything from my community.
Now, I asked that question because a lot of people are so judgmental. And sometimes people make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And I believe that everybody deserves a second chance. So that's why I wanted to ask you that. So, what change have you witnessed as a result of being an activist?
Um, More fellowship within the community from all races, because I do advocate for love, not color. And I know a lot of people get stuck in the color, but you really need the support. And support, they say support is support, but it's not, because you can have the same race of people really not supporting you, but around you. So it takes a diverse community to know if you really have the love and support that it takes to carry you as an activist. So um, to me, it was just important to pull every race, everybody, to get those people that I could reach to be a difference. And this town has changed since Mitchell has made mayor. He has made some changes, like um, the roads. I think they pay a lot of attention, and I think that it's important, like for us to be able to drive our vehicles down the road. We are roads that we're starting to see them come out, but you have to complain. But I think that we brought attention. I do believe that our police officers, once we started bringing out some of the challenges and some of the things that were being accused, you don't see as many arrests, false imprisonments in this town. I think now that they have to diligently go through before making just big arrests. I don't hear of all the drug bust and all this. And now you see more white people, no disrespect, being arrested for some of the same crimes and challenges that the black people were being accused of. So it's a difference when you can get out there and you can speak and you can let them know that you're so focused on the South End and the black people, but you got the meth heads and all these people over here and mistreating children. So once I start bringing that attention to this town and bringing it out, I think we started seeing more of a balance. Like you can pull up the news articles now and you can see them raiding and busting the white people houses just as well as in the South End busting the black people. So it's about keeping people to, like, you got this badge, you have this oath, and
Mhm.
we are the people, the voters. So it's up to us to have the voice that makes the system not be so much corrupt, but pay attention to everybody and not just one color.
Right. And I love that you brought up about the race. One thing that I love about your platform is the fact that you allow all races in your space. We see that every day on your platform, no matter what color they are, you allow them to get in a box, you allow them in the chat, and you even touch grass with them. And so I love that about you, because I have all races in my family. So, and everybody's not like that. And so you keep everybody like together and not divided. And that's
Correct.
a lot, that's a big problem that we have in the community, is that people want to divide us.
Hmm. True. And that's one of my specialties is to love. Um, when you love, now I see color when it comes to the corrupt system and food stamps and imprisonments and people having the same charges and not getting the same time. I see that. But when I say I don't see color, it's level of love. You can't tell me not to love my white daughter-in-law. You can't tell me not to love my mixed grandchild. So when I say I don't see color, I balance it with love. And so before I can ever get that out on TikTok, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to say when I say I don't see color, that's what I mean. Love does not see color. And so when you love people, you have to love the person and not the color of the person. And so when I say I don't see color, that's all Netra be saying is I love the same white person that helped support me in my restaurant. I love that same black woman the same way. And so people will not take that. And I grow from it though. And it's me and it's my growth. So it's personal.
What advice would you give to someone that wants to be an activist? Do you think it's already in you?
No, I think that it can be brought out. I don't think that it's already in you. I think the spark is already in you. I think the will to want to be is in you. But I think you have to activate. And so I think that anybody that would like to be an activist and to would like to go out and be a voice in your community, that first of all, you have to be honest with yourself and you have to know if you have the proper tools to step into that territory. Because when you start going up and you start having a voice and you have to speak to those demons, you have to know that you have to take authority. And I think a lot of people put themselves in position and don't wait on God to put you in position. And so you don't have that same voice. Like you can be sitting in the same room with somebody and they be as quiet but have more power than you with a voice. So you have to understand that silence is golden too. So a lot of people don't know what's in them until they activate it. And that's what a real activist does is they activate and they bring out the best of them. And so that's what I did. That's how I became who I am in life, is that I really didn't know everything I had inside of me until I started activating the gifts that God gave me.
Man, I love that. Okay, so
Thank
we all know that behind every comedian, there's a story. Behind every artist, there's a story. Um, and I know there's a story behind your voice. How did you get into comedy? Because you are hella funny and you keep us all laughing all day for hours.
my mom. My mom was the matriarch of the reunion when it came to the skits. So when we grew up, our unions, we had entertainment and they called it the talent show. So
Okay.
every year we had a talent show at our reunion, and my mom was the one that they would put over the talent show. And so mama would come up with all these different skits and wear wigs and dresses and put pillows in and have a big extra buttocks and everybody was just funny. And so my mom was my first idol. And then of course watching TV, I became interested in Monique and Martin and just watched the different shows, Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And so one of my favorite things to watch is comedy. I like to laugh, and I would replace tears with laughter. So if I saw Mama going through something, if we struggled in life, and Mama was sad, I could go turn on that console TV and lay on my stomach and watch an episode of Martin and laugh, and it would make me feel better. And by the time the house hears the laughter, now everybody's in the room watching something to make you laugh. So you take a bad moment and make a positive moment. And so I just like comedy. I just like to laugh. My mama was funny. My sisters are funny. My kids are funny. And so really we have a funny family. If you sit around us and if y'all would just sit around my family and put us in a room you're going to laugh because the vocabulary, the way we talk to each other, we understand it. And so, yes, my mom was my first inspiration.
Someone once told me that laughter is the best medicine. And there's a lot of times where I've been in your chat and I was going through something, like even when my mom passed and on her birthday, and I didn't say anything in the chat, nobody knew. But that day, I don't remember who was in the live, but I remember you with the microphone and you was singing Prince and you was all into it. And I just laughed and had a good time that night. Everybody in the chat was like, we had a great time that night. So I thank you for putting smile on people's faces. Like, we never know what somebody is going through. And that's why we always need to be kind and, show love and not so much hate, because you just don't know who life that you're changing, whether you're on the platform or off the platform, at work or not at work. We just never know. So thank you for keeping a smile on everybody's face and putting a positive out in the community.
And that's a motivation, and I appreciate that. One of my biggest motivations is because people tell me those words. And when you hear that you have changed somebody's life, you have to think about the things that made it change. So I think about myself. If I hear, Netra, when I came in your live, I was sad, but you was doing something that made me laugh, I'm going to think of something else to do tomorrow. And so it's a trend. It keeps going. Somebody said yesterday, I don't know how you got the name Judge Trendsetta, because I'm trending. I'm a trend. People say words, they mock me. And so once I came to the internet, and I'm like, girl, this is good to me. That's like, you don't know it's going to catch, but they're already saying over there on Facebook, this is good to me. So I come to the internet, and it's just my regular vocabulary, but people take it and now it's catchy, breakfast, and all these different things that I say, 2.2, and I know you fucking lying, and all that, like, they like it. So when you hear that you make a difference, you want to stay on the positive side of making a difference. I don't want to make a bad difference. I want to make a good difference. So you all encourage me to keep making that type of content to make a difference.
And it's so funny that you just said all your sayings, because I had all that written down. This is good to me.
Girl.
So do you remember your first viral moment? Your first viral video?
Other than the ones when I used to call my kids and I got 12 shares, girl. Oh, I used to want to be so viral. Girl, I used to be like, one day my daughter was laughing at me because we had a family gathering, and of course there was a stranger there, and I don't meet strangers. So I sat down next to this young lady, and girl, I just knew I was popular. It wasn't on the internet yet, but I'm working on it, right? And girl, I sat down and crossed my legs next to her, and I was like, hey, I'm Miss Netra, and I'm on, like, giving this speech, and my daughter is recording me because she want to go back and show her brother. But my very first, to me, big viral moment is when I don't know, because I brought Cornell X to Palestine, a large activist out of Houston, Texas. I brought him to Palestine, and that was a pretty large moment. We did a protest. But as far as on the comedy side, is when I created my own content, and it wasn't a repeat of somebody else. When I just did all Black moms growing up, and it went viral. Like, I woke up the next day and I'm posting this video of me saying, and put my dish and get these and pick that paper up and clean that room. I woke up the next day and it was over 100,000 views, and I'm like, what? 100,000 views just because I said these sayings that Black moms say. And my husband said, I told you, create your own content, be you, because you act like your mom, and people are going to respect you more than they're going to respect you being somebody else. And so that's one thing I'm fixing to get into, is just doing me, making my content. And so, but I enjoy the copyrights. I enjoy the not copyrights, but the makeover. I love those. I love the makeovers, but they don't get the views that the originality. So being yourself gets more views than anything.
Well, I watched that video several times, and there was one cup in that sink and one piece of paper on the floor while you telling them to wash the dishes and pick up the paper.
And wake up Saturday morning with music playing and get my house clean, and it's already clean.
Sound like how my mama was. So, how do you stay
Mhm.
consistent with everything that you do? Being a comedian, social media influencer, working with the mayor, but you a wife and a mother first and a grandmother. How do you balance all this?
Taking care of home first. Once you get home out the way, you can be consistent in the rest of your life. So one thing that I make sure is I take care of home. I'm gonna take care of my man and myself. And then the kids come behind because they're grown now. So once I balance my atmosphere here, then I can balance the atmosphere out there. But you can't take care of this more than you take care of this life. So one reason I can be consistent, because I really don't have a time to come on. And that's my consistency. I'm not going to tell you I'll be on tomorrow at 12. I try to, but at 12 o'clock, my husband might say, I want a sandwich. I'm going to go fix that sandwich and you're going to be waiting on me. So one of the things about being consistent is to have a balance in your life and to make sure that you take care of house first, take care of your mental second. You know what I'm saying? Well, mental first, house, but all that really is hand in hand. So I just try to make sure that my husband, my atmosphere, that I'm being the best wife, the best mother, the best grandmother first. And then I can be the best to you all. So once you get that balance, you can be consistent. So it's not about consistent in time, it's about being consistent in who you are. And that's how I balance my life. I want to be a consistent wife. I want a 31 years marriage because I'm consistent. I want to be a consistent mother, great relationship with my children because I'm consistent. I want to be a consistent grandmother, great relationship with my grandchildren. So I'm consistent. So I think a lot of people balance the consistency with the priority. And you have to make sure, you know what I'm saying, they prioritize internet, social media, where I'm going to prioritize my life, my marriage. And once that is balanced and it's right, then I can be more consistent. But I'm not going to give more to the internet than I give to my life, to this part of life. So that's my balance.
Let me tell you what I like. I get to see not just me, the world, we get to see you being a mom. Even if you're on the internet, you're going to put us on pause or you're going to tell us you're going to be back because you're going to make sure that Uncle Curtis have a hot meal and you're going to make sure them grandkids is all right. And I love to see that. I also get to see you be a sister to a lot of people, an auntie to a lot of people, cousin. I think it's amazing because a lot of people don't have that. And now a lot of people are more into social media than TV. And
Right.
some people may not have that mom anymore that's here on earth or that auntie that they can call and talk to, but they have you. And I know it's a lot that you do and you get a lot of phone calls, but I just want you to know that we appreciate you. The
Thank,
comment cousins, the panel and the comment cousins as a whole, like we all appreciate what you do.
thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So,
How we doing?
how does it make you feel when you hear people call you auntie and cousin and sister, and these are all people from social media?
It didn't start there. They think it did, but I've been auntie for years. When I was a little girl, probably around 12, they called me Mama Hen. And so people don't know that. Like I was one of the best babysitters in the town. I would groom a little girl. I've always been a loving person. And so you could trust me at 12 years old to watch your little kid because they call me Mama Hen. Um, I've always been a leader. I've always been a leader. And so when I hear auntie now, it's normal, because they didn't start it. It started in my community. It started where almost everybody in my town will call me Auntie Netra. Everybody. If they see me, they're going to say Aunt Netra. Nobody calls me hardly Netra. If they don't say Miss Netra, they say Aunt Netra. So I have a lot of extra children in where I live at from even my hometown. So when you come to the internet and they pick it up, it's just lets you know that I have that feel. So when Duffy starts calling me Auntie Netra, I already felt that. Like, so it just adds to what you've already been labeled as. Like I tell them, 3 years on TikTok didn't make me. And it probably seems like that to a lot of people because I was a slow outcomer. I sat back and watched before I let people know, hey, I'm already in the social media world. So a lot of people thought I was just showing up on the premises, but I've already showed up for myself. So now I got these people calling me auntie and mama when the world outside where I'm at, they do it too. So it's just a binding communication community now. So I've been getting called auntie and mama by several people. My house always stayed full.
I think it's funny that like some people they want to call you mom or auntie, but our ages are close together. But I understand it. So I have cousins, and my younger cousins, when they were growing up, I helped a lot with them. Their mom wasn't around at the time, and so they would call me cousin TT. But we cousins. But they would say cousin TT because I helped a lot with them. So I understand it. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Like my children, it's funny because growing up, when people came over, they could call me mama, they could call me auntie and all that. It didn't affect them. But when you get on the internet now and you got grown people calling me ma, they don't like that really. My children don't really like that now. And so as a little kid, they were able to share me. And it's probably because they really didn't have a choice to share. But now that they're older and they're grown, that's my mama. Yeah. Like that's my mama. Don't call my mama your mama. And so it's just really how the world, the grow up, the growth, even in our children, when our kids were so acceptable to share us, they get older and now they don't want to share as much. And my daughter, she's having a hard time. My sons too. They're not, I won't say she's having a hard time, but she is very careful with her mom. Sharing her mama is like me and my daughter. And so sharing her mom, she wants her mommy. I'm sure Destiny, Chocolate Barbie in here, she want her auntie. And it's times where my real family is now having to share me with social media on this side. They didn't have to share me with Facebook like this. So now that we have all these people and I'm sharing with all these people, there is some jealousy in that family. They'll call me and say, now when you going to spend some time with us? Like my cousins are so excited about this trip that's coming up because they know I'm now in the social media world and they like, when is our time? So you got to stay balanced.
Okay.
Girl.
Now listen, you have patience. I don't know where you get it from, Jesus, I guess. And you forgiven. Now I know forgiveness is for us and not for the other person, but I see you be so forgiving and you allow people to come back in your space. At what point did you get like that? Or have you always been like that?
When I read that word, and it's mandatory for me to make it to heaven. And then after my mama died, I sure enough had to turn it up because I want to see her again. And so I really live my life off the word of God. I try to. I make sins, not saying I don't. But I know when it comes down to love and forgiveness, it's necessary. And so and I think that the forgiveness, a lot of people say forgiveness not for the other person, but it is too. Because that other person needs to learn something about the person that they offended, and they know they offended. So when I go back and I forgive, that person learned one thing. It was for both of us. Because even though I might forgive you and never mess with you the same, I forgave you. And sometimes I forgive people and they think that they're going to come back and be the same person to me, but they're not. They're not. So everybody is not forgiven to come back, but they're forgiven to move forward. And so it's a difference in moving backwards and it's a difference in moving forward. So forgiveness is necessary to do either. You just got to know which position you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you forgive and you don't have to forgive to go back, but you forgive to move forward. And that's on both ends of the stick. So I easily forgive because God forgives me. Like I make mistakes. I do stuff in secret that people don't know about. And I'm so easy to be able to say, God, forgive me. And I feel forgiven. I feel it. I feel forgiven. You're not going to hold it over me. Once I say, forgive me, God, I don't care what you think. I move in freeness. And so that's just how that works with me. Not everybody, but with Netra. So it's so easy because even my thoughts, you have to ask for forgiveness for them because he says, so a man think it, so is he. So even my thoughts have to be forgiven. So once I free myself from those demonic spirits that the devil has come and played an idle mind, once I know that God has freed my mind, I can free myself. And then I can free the person that done it to me from leaving me in bondage. Because if you don't forgive, all you do is just stay stuck in a place that I don't like to be in. I don't like to hate people. I don't like to feel like I'm hating somebody. So it's so necessary not to be stuck hating somebody that did you so wrong. So yeah, I forgive easily. I got to free myself for real.
What I say is that when I forgive you, I don't have to give you that same version of me. I don't have to be nasty to you. If I'm in the same space as you, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to make you feel uncomfortable or be rude to you. But I don't have to give you that same version. Doesn't mean we have to talk on the phone or sit down and have steak together. But I forgive you and I can just move on to a different space.
Period.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you pay attention to your comment section.
Speaking of, make sure they're being good. Girl, let me see, because they know. Mm-hmm. Yes, I love to read the comments.
You show love to your panel and everybody in the chat. Whether they throw a gift, don't have to throw a gift, whether they tap the screen, whether they put the yellow hearts in the comment section, whatever they do to keep your live going or just showing up, you show appreciation. And I love that.
Thank you.
And it's not just when you see some jets go across the screen. It could be just because they showed up today to see Mrs. Netra.
Mm-hmm. You know why? Because I've been that person that didn't have. I've been that person that had to go to the water park and even change the age of my children just so I could afford for them to have a good time. I've been that person. So people think that money buys friendships and love. It does not, because I've been that person that didn't have no money and somebody still loved me. So I don't look at people and weigh them up because of what they can give to me. I really look at what they can do for me. You can tap that screen. You can share this live. You don't have to give me a gift, but what you do for me matters, not what you give to me. So a lot of people think that it's a balance. Again, it's really a balance. So you can do the same thing for someone as the person that gave for someone. You can be somebody's peace. You understand? And that will outlast somebody that just walked up and gave me $100. I'm going to spend it quick. But that piece going to take me through the rest of the day. So people need to understand what balance really is. So you can be that peace when somebody else is really the destruction. People think money buys a lot of stuff, and I don't give a damn about your money. I can go outside and make 15 cents and turn it to $1. So I just don't let it. I love my comment section. My comment cousins be commenting, and they need to know that they're just as important, because those people come and sit with me every day. They listen to my big mouth, and I respect them. So hell yeah, I'm downstairs trying to see who come in, and I want them to know, hey, I might not catch every comment, but I'm gonna catch damn near all of them. And so I believe that almost everybody in my chat has been recognized. You can't tell me different. And if they haven't, I'm on my way, because I notice today I noticed a new person coming in this live that ain't been there quicker than somebody else that's not paying attention to my live, but there. So you have to pay attention to your surroundings. And my mother taught me that. So those comments is a part of my surrounding. So I pay attention to my comment section. Respectfully. Girl, please. Come on, somebody.
I love that you encourage other people to turn on their live and start their own platform. You encourage them in their business. You encourage me to keep writing, keep promoting, and you're not afraid of what's going to happen for them. Because you're focused on your own mission. You got your own motion. And
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And a lot of people not like that. They see that you start to branch off. It's not that you're not supporting that person. You're just starting your own business, and that's okay. And I
Right.
see you all the time tell people, go turn your live on, or let's go to so and so's live and support them. And I think that's great because a lot of people don't do
Yeah, I think that support is everything. I think that support moves at a lot of stuff: financial, mental, physical, emotional. So people need support more than in their pockets. They need it in their brain, their heart, just everyday life. So encouraging somebody to go and bring the best of them out is that's a milestone. I don't think that me encouraging somebody to go turn on their life and become a social media influencer is going to stop God from blessing me. So that's just the way I move. I feel like my blessings are mine. You might bake like me, but yours might not taste like mine. So at the end of the day, we're both bakers, but we both have our different ingredients. But I'm still going to support you. So I open up my platform for promotion, free promotions for people to come out and be their own voice. And I'm glad that you listen, because how would we have known that you're such a great writer had you not come over to the platform and promote it yourself? And so encouraging you to let people know your books are on Amazon. That's what it's about. You're different in your life than I am, but you're successful just as well as me. So me promoting and helping you financially, mentally, physically, because who wants to write a book and nobody read it? That's emotional. So me supporting you takes away the emotional distress. Nobody's buying my books. So now it's everybody run over to Amazon and support this woman. Granny's House. My grandchildren love that book. Yesterday, when I gave Bailey that book, Aubrey said, "Oh, Bailey, yes," because I put it in one of her Christmas bags. And Aubrey was like, "Oh, Bailey, yes, I have that book at home, Granny's House." So to hear Aubrey encourage Bailey to read that book meant everything. And it's because of you giving it to me that I was able to share that with my grandchildren. So, yes, promotion is free and it's everything.
Thank you. A lot of people don't know, but Granny's House, I was inspired to write that because of my mom. My mom was not just a grandmother, like those was her kids. And if the kids got in trouble with us, with my sister and I, she didn't want to see them kids get in trouble. And so we were talking one day, and the kids were saying all the things that they missed about my mom. And so I was getting ready to write a book, and it went a different direction. And I ended up writing Granny's House. So that's how that came about. And I posted it. When I posted it on Facebook, my family, they loved it, and everybody just started sharing it. And then I started posting it on TikTok. And when you said you loved it, I was like, I didn't know it was going to be a hit like that, but everybody loved Granny House. So thank you. So I have a question for all the comment
I
cousins.
love it.
I got a question for all the comment cousins. You
Here we
ready?
go. It's y'all turn. I'm ready.
So in your space, we know it's called the mansion. And we know that you're not just going big, you already big. And so I'm asking for the comment cousins now. Is there a possibility that you and Uncle Curtis can build a mansion and all of us comment cousins take turns spending the night and bring our spend the night bag?
Little chocolate Barbie said yes. She said she first, baby. She down there fighting for her fingertips. They said yes. Yeah. Baby, we gonna have a big old mansion. They said Curtis gonna be asleep.
I just knew you was gonna say, hell no. Hell no.
We gonna build a mansion for the comment cousins in that thing.
All right, y'all get y'all bags together. All right, so before we end, is there a quote or a scripture that you have a favorite quote or a favorite scripture?
My favorite scripture is probably two that my mom used to stand up and say. And she used to say, I will bless the Lord at
all
all
times.
times, and
Yes.
his praise shall forever be in my mouth. And then another scripture was, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if I had to use, and then another one is, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trials that come to try you, as though some strange thing has happened unto you. And we know that all things work together for the good of those that love God and for those that are called according to his purpose. So if those were my final words, those will be my final words. Thinking not strange. And I would just hold on to those 4 scriptures. Those are, though you slay me, yet will I trust you. So yeah, I got a lot of favorite scriptures, and I really tried to apply those scriptures to my life, because nobody ain't gonna tell me that I don't have a relationship with God, and you're not gonna stop me from praising him. Period. Pooh.
This is good to me.
This is good to me.
So thank you for coming on to the podcast, allowing us to interview you. I really appreciate it. I know you have a million things on your plate and you are a very busy woman. So I don't take it for granted that you gave me this opportunity to interview you. So thank you again. And I wish blessings on blessings on blessings for you. I know that we're going to see you on TV soon. And my son and I, we're going to be running to the theater so we can see the movie. And hopefully we can get a show with you and your family too, so we can get some laughter.
I would love it. And if I must tell you this, when I saw Pain to Purpose, that's one of my sayings. And I'm going to pull up a memory and show you where somebody, I can't remember, made me a background, and it said, from pain to purpose. And after I lost mama, that's my motto, that I got to take this pain and take it to purpose. So seeing your Pain to Purpose pod is just a confirmation as well that we must take this pain and put nothing but purpose to it. So congratulations on such a marvelous interview. And we will be tuning into your podcast. Pain to Purpose pod, y'all. Pain to Purpose.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. To our audience, thank you for tuning in with us. Please do not forget, our books are on Amazon. We have Granny's House. We have the Affirmation Coloring Book. We have Tears of a Shattered Heart, my first book. And we have so many more other books that's going to be dropping soon. And I will be doing one-on-one book coaching for all you aspiring authors out there that don't know where to start and you feel stuck. I will be doing one-on-one coaching, have a self-guide just created just for you. So thank you. Please tune in every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time for Pain to Purpose podcast. Do not forget, it's only pain until you discover your purpose and start your healing journey. I'll see you next time.
And come get these dishes at my damn sink. And come get this paper at my damn floor. And come clean this damn room. Where is my remote control? Going real